Hola YouTube. Today we're going to talk about what is the best silver bullion to buy. There's lots of options out there: generic, eagles, junk silver, government bullion. We'll touch on some of those here today. And also there's lots of reasons to buy silver bullion. Investment considerations, other considerations, and we'll cover all those. But first, let's talk about some of those options in terms of what's available out there in the market for silver bullion. So to cover some of the options that are out there in terms of buying silver bullion, I'm going to show you some photos that I took of bullion from my own personal collection, my own personal stack. And we'll start with the generic silver bullion, which is what we see here. We've got generic silver rounds, 1 ounce rounds. It comes in a variety of different shapes and sizes. And so here we've got some 1 ounce bars. We've got a 10 ounce bar underneath here. It's an A-mark bar in the package. And it's 99.9% silver. It's the absolute cheapest option that's out there. It's I don't want to say low quality, just it's low detail. So low attention to detail goes into producing these things for the purposes of just mass production. And when I say low detail, I'm talking about not at the same level as government bullion, right? There's an additional level of detail, an additional quality that goes into that type of work. The second cheapest option of bullion is, of silver, is junk silver, or pre-1964 in the United States case, silver coinage. So in the U.S., the United States produced coinage, and at that time the government coinage was 90% silver, 10% copper, and it's no longer made that way. It's made out of the absolute cheapest metal that the government can find, and so it's worth face value, and that's it. What you see here, these 50-cent Kennedy half dollars, these are all 90% fine silver. We've got some old Walking Liberty half dollars, some dimes. Up here is Mexican silver, and depending on where you live, this might be kind of common here in the U.S. Canadian 80% silver, or Canadian junk silver, is also quite common in the U.S. But it's probably the second cheapest silver that you can buy. And now we have the American Silver Eagle. This is the most popular bullion coin in the world. Tens of millions of these are produced every year, at least in recent years. This bullion coin started production, or the U.S. Mint started producing this coin in 1986. And there's another level of confidence when buying and selling this bullion coin, because it is so popular. Everyone recognizes it. Everyone knows what it is. When you're buying an American Silver Eagle, you know you're getting 999 fine silver. And the premiums on these, they run from, you can find them on special for $2.59 over spot, but typically they're $3 over spot, maybe $3.50 if you're buying them in singles. So it's always good to look for the sale, so that even they are available. They do appear out there where you can get them for $2.59 over spot while you're buying them in singles. What we have here are what I like to call low premium government coins. These coins are typically available on sale for $1.59 over spot to maybe $2.59 over spot when not on sale. So you can find them quite often for $1.99 over spot, any quantity. And so what we've got here, we've got the Australian Kangaroo, the British Britannia, the Austrian Philharmonic, lost it for a sec, the Fiji Taku, the Armenian Noah's Ark, and of course the Canadian silver maple. This might be the second most recognizable bullion coin in the world. So yeah, these are what I call low premium type government coinage. You've got a decent amount of confidence and recognizability here as well. When selling, you don't get all your premium back on this. Oftentimes those local coin shops will only give you spot, maybe a few cents above spot. Same thing with the dealers. These coins are mid-premium government coins, typically $3 to $4 over spot. And you can get certain things that are privy marked that might be a little bit more expensive. But these are foreign government coins, mid-range premium. This bottom section right here, the Chinese panda, the kookaburras, the koalas, the African Wildlife Series, they change the design every year, and so people like to collect these things. Very interesting, intricate designs. Quite a bit of beauty and detail goes into these coins, so that's why you pay an additional premium for that over spot. The Mexican Libertad, they're fairly low mintage compared to some of the other bullion coins that are out there, especially versus the Canadian Maple and the American Silver Eagle. But they don't change the design every year. And there's quite a variety of different government coins not pictured here that are also available. Now this is poured silver. This is where premiums get stepped up a notch. It is what our friend Hi-Ho Silver likes to call overpriced. But look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. What we see here is private mint poured silver. This is Monarch Precious Metals. This is Beaver Bullion. Most of the rest of what you see here is private mintage, individual mintage, silver bullion. But it's poured silver, and every single piece is unique because when you pour it out, you're going to get a different design every time in terms of just the details of it. And the mints here, I guess, or the premiums here, I guess I'll call it mid to high, anywhere from $250 up to, I don't know, less than $10, so to speak, in that area. But yeah, look at this, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. You're probably going to want to pause it right here just to look at some of these absolutely gorgeous pieces. Lots of it is serialized. It's got high premium, but it's ultra low mintage. So definitely worth the money when you're buying it. And myself, I don't buy a huge quantity of this. There's quite a bit of it here, several ounces of it here. But versus the overall stack, this is a fairly low percentage. But I like to pick these things up. It helps keeps the stacking interesting. Now this is what I call ultra high premium silver. This is a government coin. I did a video on it a while back, so you can look for it. It's the King Arthur coin from the Camelot series. It is 2 ounces fine silver, and it's high relief, ultra high relief proof. An absolutely gorgeous coin. This retailed for $159 when it first came out, but absolutely beautiful coin. We've covered the different options that are out there to purchase. Lots of different silver bullion to buy. And what your objectives are is going to steer the different things that you purchase. And let's talk about some of those considerations right now. In terms of investment considerations, perhaps you're just strictly doing it for investment purposes and you want a return on your investment. You're going to buy at a particular spot price when it's low and you want to sell when it's high. Simple as that. Perhaps you're concerned about the economy. And for me, that's a primary consideration. I want wealth preservation. You look at the amount of debt that's out there, just massive debt accumulating by governments, both in the U.S. and abroad, corporate debt, individual debt. Things are out of control debt-wise, and it's eventually going to cause a very serious problem. And silver bullion, gold bullion, I think can be resistant to that. It'll help protect you. I don't recommend buying tremendous percentages of your portfolio in bullion, but a certain percentage that is comfortable for you, absolutely go for it. And the gold to silver ratio is another investment consideration in terms of silver versus gold. Right now there's a very favorable gold to silver ratio favoring silver, and I did a video on that recently called the gold to silver ratio explained. So if you want some more details, go ahead and check that out. Other considerations are things like collecting. You like to collect the different pandas that come out every year, the different government bullions that change their design up every year. Maybe you like the U.S. Mint silver coins, the 90% commemoratives that come out every year, and you like to collect. You like to collect. Perhaps you buy some now and you keep them. Perhaps you buy them for the purposes of selling them later on, which would make you a flipper. And flippers are kind of a combination collector slash investment person, because ultimately what you're doing when you're flipping is you recognize the fact that there could be some appreciation in the future, and you want to take advantage of it for the purposes of adding ounces to your stack. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. And there are additional other considerations as well, but these are the popular ones. So let's get into the numbers. Today, the spot price of silver is about $18, and that's the unadjusted price of silver per ounce, $18 per ounce. Let's say I've got a budget of $400. I want to spend $400 today and make a purchase. So the question is, what do I buy? Here's a handful of the different things that we talked about earlier, the different types of silver. And so we're going to talk about now the premiums that are involved. And what a premium is the amount of money above the spot price. And so what that means is when we look at the different types of silver, generic silver, 1 ounce rounds can be purchased for 79 cents over spot. So $18.79 for 1 ounce of silver. And so you can find that readily available at lots of the different bullion dealers that are out there. Sometimes you can find it for 59 cents over spot. Sometimes if you're buying it from a local coin shop, maybe he sells it to you for 50 cents over spot. It varies, but we're going to populate this thing with 79 cents over spot since that's what's readily available. And for your money, you get 21 ounces of silver for your money. For your $400 at $18.79 per ounce, you get 21 ounces of silver. Junk silver, that varies quite a bit too. Maybe you can find a better deal than $1, maybe 75 cents per ounce if your local coin shop is selling it by weight. But lots of the online bullion dealers sell it sort of face value over spot, and it changes based on the number of ounces that you buy. And so maybe you don't get quite as good a deal. It's a pretty good deal, but not quite as good a deal. For fractional silver, though, if you want fractional silver, and by fractional I mean less than an ounce, junk silver is the way to go. I would not recommend purchasing fractional silver in 999 silver bullion from private mints. I would not recommend that, or government mints. I would not recommend that at all. The American Silver Eagle, we talked about pricing there, $259 to $359. Maybe you get lucky and find something even fantastic. But we're going to populate this with $259 over spot, and that's $2.59 over the spot price of silver. total of $20.59 per coin, you would get about 19 coins, just 19 coins, let's say. Premium government bullion, $3.99, and I'm talking about Libertads, Kooks, Pandas, etc., that type of premium bullion. 18 ounces, 18 coins for your $400. That's what you would receive. So, a major other consideration when you buy silver is, where are you going to sell? That's a massive consideration. So there's lots of different options out there. I'm going to populate this spreadsheet with $20, a sell price of $20, a buy spot price of $18. Now, if you're a stacker and you're in it for economic reasons and wealth preservation reasons, I mean, this number can be massive for you. Maybe you wait for it to get back to 50, whatever. But let's just populate it with something low right now. Let me put another buck in there just for the heck of it. Sell price of $21 per ounce. Now, when you're selling to dealers and local coin shops, there's quite a variety out there in terms of what they give you. Some dealers just give you spot price, some of them under spot price, and you can see how it changes, right, in terms of what you get. And that's what this particular cell is telling us here. This is multiplying the number of ounces times the sell spot that we've got there. And so we've got an original investment in terms of generic silver here of $400, but when we sell it at the spot price of 21, we receive $447.05, an 11.8% return on my investment. But I'm going to put in a minus 0.25 just to be conservative. And there's at least where I live, there's more local coin shops that give you 25 cents under spot for generic versus actual spot. Junk silver, most local coin shops give me spot price. And so for my money, when I sell my 20.5 ounces of silver at $21 per ounce of spot, my return is 7%. The American Silver Eagle, when I sell to a dealer or a local coin shop, I can commonly find $1.50. Sometimes just $1. The We Buy Gold places, they're ridiculous with what they buy silver for, and I'll never sell to those guys. I often buy from them but never sell from them. So I'm going to populate this with $1.50. And you can see this is a pretty good return on your investment. It's not as good as generic silver, the 10.4 that we see here, but the 9.3 is pretty good. Plus, you've got those other considerations that we talked about regarding American Silver Eagle. There's the confidence play. And people know what this is. Premium, and they may, it's 999 fine silver versus 90% fine silver. That's another benefit to the American Silver Eagle as well. Then your premium. I've got a local coin shop that gives me $3 per ounce over spot for the premium government bullion. Not the other government bullion, not the Maples and the Philharmonics. Maples and Philharmonics, it's, all I get is spot for those. So I don't buy very many of those. I mean, I literally have, maybe 2 of each of those other types of government bullions just for looking at my own personal collection. Premium government bullion, I have a little bit more because, I know I can get a decent premium when selling to a local coin shop here, so I can get most of my premium back, or I can flip, right? Maybe I want to flip down the road, and I do that. So, but anyway, 9% premium when selling to a local coin shop. A dealer, online dealer, sometimes they don't even give you this. Sometimes they do. If something is really hot, they might give you a little bit more, but most of the time they don't. And quite frankly, the difference in price between selling to an online dealer versus versus selling to a local coin shop. If an online dealer's price is slightly better, I'll prefer to not deal with the hassle, sell to the local coin shop, not mess with shipping, and and call it a done deal. So let's talk now about selling on eBay. And let me copy this formula down here. The only time you sell anything on eBay, if it's something with a premium on it, something where your premium is significant. Maybe you're in that $10 range where you've held on for the coin for a number of years. Maybe you bought something that was fairly low mintage and it's become really hot. It's become desirable and people are paying a premium on that. So you can see, it's automatically calculated a 41% return on your investment. That is not everything that we've got to back out of this, right? So we've got eBay fees, we've got PayPal fees, and we've got shipping to back out. So let's do that in our formula up here, or actually we'll do it here. I am going to back out, say $4.50 in eBay fees and PayPal fees and $3 in shipping. So you can see now my takeaway in terms of premium is no longer $3, it's only $2.50, and I've only got a 6.9% return on my investment. So premium, you got to do better than $10 in premium. Maybe at $15, it starts to make better sense. Look at that return on your investment right there. And you can just play with this spreadsheet here, or I can just play with this spreadsheet here and look at that return. Now, it's awesome if you can get a $20 premium, and it happens. There are coins out there that they've just blown up. This $15 seems a bit more reasonable, a bit more likelihood of happening. And again, if it's just the 10, you don't want to sell it on eBay. So hope this helped you out, guys. Keep stacking, and please like, comment, and subscribe. So let's